Hey there, this is Anonymous T. Welcome to Anonymous T Podcast. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Some housekeeping items, some meat and potato items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous T Podcast. Follow me on my main channel if you haven't already, Anonymous T. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous T Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at AnonymousRealityT. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so that it gets out into the algorithm, y'all. Also free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes. So today we are talking Love Island UK Season 12 Episode 1, y'all. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This didn't give. The Love Island UK has really fallen off. It has really fallen off. And I think now that USA is taken off, USA continues to take risks every season, continues to incorporate different twists and things like that, and different challenges and all of that. I see how much the drop-off is for UK. And also a big issue with the UK is the lack of diversity too. Y'all need a lot more diversity. So, nonetheless, the show starts off how it normally starts off, which is you get these intros of the Islanders, and I kind of miss it. USA did a variation of this on the CBS version, where like, if you work as a flight attendant, just say that. It will give you a little segment of you pretending to be a flight attendant on a flight, right? If you do day trading, we'll capture you in a scene pretending to, do day trading stuff with the laptop, right? If you are a fitness trainer, that's easy. We'll film you at the gym. We'll film you doing X, Y, and Z, right? If you're a gardener, if you like to be in the lawn and all this and all of that, we'll film you outside with a bunch of trees and grass, right? Like just keep it simple, stupid, right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, right? We don't need the Broadway musical over at Peacock, y'all. I love me some Love Island USA, but listen, the Broadway musical has to stop. It has to stop. It's not serious at all for these opening numbers. So I do miss that aspect where just give me a basic intro of these people. Just give me a basic intro. Okay, you're a fitness trainer. Okay, cool. You're a flight attendant. Cool, right? Like we get the message. Now let's get to the villa, right? So they do the typical intro. The villa itself does not look any different. Child, they added a trampoline. And I'm confused. What am I supposed to do at my big age with a trampoline? Now, I understand for families and kids and all this and that, but on a show like Love Island, do we really need a trampoline? Like, let's just keep it a buck, right? If you're a family, you got kids, like, anytime I hear trampoline, I think children. Just like those trampoline parks that they have now, I think kids. I think children. I don't think adults. I think adults as far as if you want to be a part of it and participate. But I'm not thinking of this as like, as an Islander, you already have to wear bikinis all day if you're a girl and all this and that. Do you really want to be jumping up and down up on this trampoline? No. You don't, man. You don't at all. And so, nonetheless, we get the typical, nothing else in the villa really looked different or anything like that. It wasn't like the enhancements with USA, like USA adding a speakeasy, which I thought was cool, and USA adding a photo booth, which I think is the bomb.com. I think they outdid themselves, and I think other, spin-offs such as Australia and UK should take notes. They should take notes. Now, the one thing that happened was that, we did get a little bit of a different type of introduction. So the women all come in, right? The women all come in. They all come in Jeeps or whatever. They come in. I was a little confused at first because there's a girl that's named Shakira, and I thought it was the other person that was named Shakira and not the brunette. So I was already lost already on who was who. There's only one black woman, and her name is Alima, and she seems very sweet, very nice, and all of the things. Gorgeous girl, everything else. I just don't know if this cast is going to be right for her, because I see the writing on the wall, and and this is a perfect example as to why they're getting dragged on the shade room borough, is because y'all do this to black women every season, right? Where y'all either bring in either black men or non-black men or whoever else that's just flat out being rude and disrespectful to them, and it's not okay, right? It is not okay. So none of the less, you guys, we get Maya. Maya finally arrives. Maya arrives and she says that she's going to do something different this season. She's going to do something a little bit different this season in terms of how you are going to meet the men, right? And I'm like, okay, like what are we talking about? What is tea? What is good, right? So she said that what is going to happen is they are going to basically choose who they want to couple up with sight unseen. Now, for several seasons now, Love Island UK is doing this foolishness where they want to have the public vote. So they always pair the black people together. They always do these pairings, right? And so some people feel obligated to stay in these couples like the whole way. Other people are like, y'all got it wrong. I'm going to move on to the next, right? Nonetheless, this go around, they're like, we're going to do a little Love is Blind type of take. We're going to do a little Tinder take. We're going to do a little Hinge Bumble take, if you will, right? Not Bumble take, if you will, right? Where it's going to look like they have these heart stands of all the guys, and it's going to have like a brief description about them. And based off of that description, the girls will have to go to which heart they feel is going to be best for them, right? So basically, sight unseen, you're going off a description. Child, why was one of the descriptions a ChatGPT special? Like, make it make sense. You couldn't even put an effort into a basic line or two sentence on what your qualities are for a girlfriend. Like, make it make sense, or what you bring to the table for a potential girlfriend. You had to use ChatGPT. That was too much thinking for you. No. Also, before the episode, y'all, they were doing everything they could to try to get you to tune in. They were telling you that there was a U.S. bombshell, and I thought that was a mistake because we've dragged them for seasons for not having a U.S. bombshell, and now all of a sudden you just leak it before the premiere, and then you also leak that there's going to be a dumping, which we're going to talk about in a second, right? And so I think that, we have all of the gentlemen come in, right? The gentleman that Alima chose, which I believe is Blue, he was the only one out of the men when Maya asked them, are you attracted to Alima, right? Not if she's your type or whatever else. And he was like, well, all of the women are beautiful. And I was like, wrong answer. This is not going to end well, right? This is not going to end well in any capacity. So nonetheless, everybody got into their couples and nobody's happy. Nobody's happy. Even, what is her name? The lady who is the payroll person, she's not happy with the black guy because at first she said that it was 50-50 on whether or not she was feeling him. And I was like, uh-oh. And then Blue and Alima have a conversation, and basically he's telling her, like, listen, look at here, you're not my type at all. You're not my type at all. And I'm like, man, so he's getting dragged on the Shade Borough, y'all. He's getting dragged because basically people are like, how are you just gonna talk like this to a black woman like this? Like, and this is what people are talking about. Like y'all just so mean to each other. So nonetheless, these guys, man, are so entitled. They're so entitled off the rip. They're, for the most part, most of them are not interested in their couples. Most of them are like, bring on the bombshells. How are you on day one within an hour, within a half an hour, within 15 minutes of meeting the girls talking about, I'm ready for some bombshells? No. That would never fly on the US version. That would never fly on the US version. Ask Huda and Jeremiah. Well, maybe Jeremiah would be on, but ask Huda about that. Like, bring on the bombshells day one. No! You were supposed to be getting to know the person you were in a couple with and seeing if there is a connection. And if there is a not, why can't you talk to the other people in the villa? What do you mean, bring on the bombshells? That tells me you're not even impressed with the entire batch of women. You're not seeing any of them, right? So, nonetheless, I feel like the last couple that got together, I think the guy, he's like a mama's boy, and he reminds me, because I'm from the US, he reminds me like a Jersey type, like a Jersey Shore type of dude, like a meathead type of dude, and everything else. And so, but he's Italian. I think the girl's he's half Italian, she's Italian. Like, they've got that connection going. So I have a feeling they might be a legitimate couple that might do this. The rest of the couples not feeling it all. I don't think they're into each other, y'all. I don't think they're feeling it. The one dude, Connor, he's like, so I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't, but something's off with him. Something is off with him. I don't want to be a mean person, but something is off with him, you guys. I'm here to tell you something is wrong. And it was weird because he was like eating and like licking his fingers and trying to have a conversation with the blonde girl. And I was like, this is so ill, right? And then one of the girls, I don't know if the same girl, but she doesn't like men that wear flip-flops, y'all. Like, like people have some interesting icks and weird takes or whatever else. One already had a preconceived notion about what a rugby player was and everything else. And it's just interesting to hear kind of what people value in the UK. I love listening to their accents and everything else, but it is just hilarious. So, nonetheless, I feel like in this episode, even though it was an hour and a half, we did not get a lot of time for really these couples to really sit and know each other. Also, there's an older lady. She looks a little Asian to me. She is 29 years old, and I don't think she's a fit for this group of people. I just don't. I don't think she's gonna connect. She said she's a public speaker. She does public speaking. She's an author. She's got all this stuff going on. These people are trying to smash and dash and become influencers. Like, she's too serious for this show. I thought, and I've proposed this even for USA. They need, outside of Love Island Games, outside of Love Island All-Stars, y'all just need kind of what The Bachelor finally did after 11 seasons, is have a Golden Bachelor, Golden Bachelorette. Y'all need to have a Golden Love Island, but maybe middle-aged island, right? If you were between the ages of 30 and 45, I would say, or 30 to 50, 30 to 50, I need a Love Island for you, right? I need a Love Island for you because you've lived some life, you've had some ups and downs, you may have been married, you may have been divorced, heck, you may even have kids, right? But you're trying to look for love, right? You're trying to look for love and find love and all of those things, right? I feel like a 29-year-old in a batch of 22 to 24-year-olds who, especially this batch, who is already talking about bring on the bombshells day one, is not a good look. It's not a good look. I'm not featuring it. I'm not feeling it, right? So, nonetheless, there's not much talking. Briefly, you know, they check out the villa, see what the tea is and everything else. And then, y'all, Maya comes back. If you blinked, y'all, I mean, I don't think Maya was gone that long. She might have just been hanging out in Casa Amor for a couple hours, because I don't think she was gone that long. All I know is the Islanders got ready for the evening to put on their nighttime wear, their cocktail dresses and everything else, and get ready for the night, right? And some people are still having some conversations. I thought more intermixing would go on, because if you are telling your couple, hey, you're not my type, I'm not interested in you, I would think that would open the door to talk to other people. But I don't know, everybody's kind of being weird day one, right? It's like weird and awkward, right? And so Maya comes back, right? Maya comes back. She's like, it wouldn't be Love Island if it wasn't a twist, if there wasn't twists and turns and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And she's like, so speaking of that, here comes our first twist. We're going to bring in Tony. And I'm like, Tony Romo? Like what Tony? and then I forgot, the first bombshell is the US lady from Las Vegas, and her name is Tony. So it was interesting because when they said Tony, the Islanders were like, is that a boy or a girl? Is that a girl or a boy? Who is it, right? Is it a girl? Is it a boy? Like what is the tea, right? So Tony comes in. And everything else. She's from USA. Sounds just as American, you know, and everything. No UK accent in sight. So Maya tells her she's allowed right off the rip to choose any man, regardless of what couple he's in. She can choose who she wants to get to know better, right? Based off of looks, there's no prior conversation, there's nothing, there's no dates. Just come in and just choose a guy, right? Come in and choose a guy. I think production told her to choose Shakira's guy. Because I have a feeling Shakira is going to last on the show for a long time, because the difference between her and some of the other women is she seems more outgoing and chatty. These other girls seem very rigid and very stuck up, and they don't really, I don't know, But Shakira, she seems fun, everything else. Her and the payroll lady, the lady that does payroll, I forgot her name. She was the one that wore the blue swimsuit. I'll think of her name later. But nonetheless, I felt her, like those two of those girls outside of Alima, I felt they were the most bubbly and willing to get to know somebody. So Maya tells Shakira that you're not going to get sent home, but you are vulnerable, right? And now she has to get on. So this is why I don't like The Sun. This is why I don't like these UK magazines. They made it seem like the first episode somebody was getting dumped. And that wasn't true. That was a lie. So what really happened was they said, Shakira, you got 24 hours to get to know these men. And you can get to know any of these men except for the man that the bombshell took from you. And you have to see, okay, who you get a better connection with. Otherwise, you get dumped from the villa. So what's going to happen is, you know, you could choose whoever you choose, you know, whoever they're in a couple with, that person gets dumped from the villa. But I think production switched up. See, this is why this twist is already a disaster. I think production switched up because in the preview for tonight's episode, it looks like Maya tells the men, all of y'all get up and stand up, you know, if you would like to get to know, if you feel that you have a stronger connection with Shakira or the bombshell compared to your own couple. So I was like, wait, what? Well, like, what is tea? What is going on? So does that mean there's going to be like another recoupling situation, and whichever you know, girl is, you know, not picked goes home that way? Like what are we doing? I just feel like they tried to jump the gun on a twist, and the twist isn't even making sense. The twist isn't even twisting, right? Because what should have happened is you should have just sent home Shakira like right away, right? And y'all should have did the twist that Love Island Australia did with Claudia, which was when she got dumped, immediately they had her go out on a date with a bombshell, right? And then you come back at some point with that bombshell, right? Hey, like, hey, I'm not really eliminated, right? So nonetheless, you guys, that is the episode. That's all I have to give for that. It didn't give. It was hard to get through. Y'all, I was getting stuff done in the background. It was like having stuff on in the background to just kind of just do stuff. Like, that's how boring the episode was. So there's that. That's all I got for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.